All right.
He can tell us if it's not.
This is a test. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is a test. We'll be on the air shortly in about 2 minutes.
Somebody's got a broken nose out there?
Oh, really? Wow. I didn't know that.
Is that tighter?
I saw it. Or maybe is it
11. That's tighter.
Yeah. I have the sponsors list out if you need it.
Let me look and see what I've done with it.
All right.
I may have. Nope, I got it.
All right. Wow. Stock market was up about 300 points. Now it's just flat, dead even.
Huh.
It just cannot hold any comeback right now.
Nope. Anyone taking credit for that? I know someone took credit for how great it was doing.
It was great. He's saying it's the Fed. It's the Fed.
Well, I know.
It's the Fed.
Never him.
Yeah. Piece of work. All right. Well.
All right. Oh, there goes Emily. 4 minutes to go.
Oh, yeah. 4-minute warning. All right.
So they have a 4-game winning streak, 2-0 in their conference, which you probably know.
Yep.
I hate it when their rosters don't print very well.
Oh, I know.
And their stats don't either.
Yeah, the stats I can't help you with, but I did do that in case.
I've got it here now.
Oh, you do? Okay.
So.
Okay, I'm sorry. I did make that in case you wanted it. As far as names,
okay.
Silvaggio, like not Dimage, Silvaggio.
Okay.
So Silvaggio, Brianna Grey, Michaela Woods, and down at 33 is Ajane.
Okay.
And that's the only tough stuff.
Okay.
All right. You want to go?
Yeah.
You want to talk about the tournament at all? I mean, the schedule? All right.
I don't even know what they're calling it.
Yeah. They called it a tournament here, but it's not a tournament.
Right.
It's scheduled yet. But
okay.
All right. Ready? Here we go. And a very pleasant good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the University of Tampa, the Bob Martinez Athletic Center. I'm Scott Lynn along with Jack Ike, and we welcome you to more University of Tampa women's basketball. It's a busy day of basketball, actually today and tomorrow, Jack.
It's not a tournament, but it's like a tournament.
Yeah, a lot of teams playing each other.
There are 4 teams that have converged on Tampa, Tampa being one of them. Tampa will play the Texas Women's University in a game coming up in about 2 minutes. And then Findlay played Florida Tech prior to this game. So there are 2 teams from the Sunshine State Conference, and Florida Tech held on for a 65-59 win over Findlay. So it's 2 teams from the Sunshine State Conference, Tampa and Florida Tech. Regardless of winners or losers, they will not meet tomorrow.
Right. It's a scheduled matchup again tomorrow.
Yes.
And then there's the men's games. The same kind of thing happening in the men's game. And we have a game tonight, you and I, 7 o'clock, University of Tampa.
The men will be taking on Limestone University at 7 o'clock tonight. And then there's a game just prior to that one featuring Eckerd and Shaw University, and Tampa will play Shaw tomorrow, regardless of who wins.
Right. They'll see enough of Eckerd through the season, just like the women's team would have seen enough of Florida Tech.
Interestingly, though, the Spartans men, anyway, went to Eckerd for a tournament over Thanksgiving, and Eckerd was here earlier this year for one of these 14 tournaments as well.
Exactly.
So they see each other in the hallways.
Yes, they do. They do. they see plenty of each other.
But this is going to be an interesting game.
It is.
The Spartans come in 7-2, 2-1 in the SSC, and Texas Women's University comes in with a 5-3 record, though they're on a 4-game winning streak, 2-0 in their conference.
Yeah, they lost 3 of their first 4 games, and their head coach, Beth Jolson, was telling me that it's just a matter of we have 9 new players, and we have some injury problems that are messing with our chemistry a little bit, but we are getting better. The last 4 games, they've seen real improvement in that regard. They said today against this Tampa team, they're going to have to play a good 40 minutes. They'll have to do what they do well, and that is defend and rebound. Tom Jesse, the coach of University of Tampa, says this is an opponent that gets on the glass. They'll get on the offensive board. So his team will be looking to try to keep the Pioneers from TWU off the glass today.
TWU, I did check, they're from Denton, Texas.
Yeah.
And they have about 10,000 plus undergrads, about 15,000. So it's not a small school.
No, Denton, Texas, by the way, is the number 7 best college town in the United States of America, according to 24/7 Wall Street. So, again, one of the I'm not sure that it's because of TWU that it's the great college town. There's other universities there.
It's a great college environment.
It is. It is indeed. Well, we're about ready to get the national anthem, and then we will have the tip of the game between Texas Women's University and the University of Tampa. Well, as Jack said, the Spartans are 7-2. They've won their last 2 games this season, while Texas Women's College has won 4 in a row. So 2 teams a little bit on a roll, meeting today, 2 very athletic teams. And even though Texas Women's University has some injuries that are I see 4, I think I counted 4 people in street clothes, and one of them is their leading assist player. I think their point guard, KJ Stastny, she will not be dressed today in uniform. Let's get the starting lineups. First, we see number 2, Macy Wilkerson, averaging 9 points a game. She's a good 3-point shooter, a freshman from Rockwall, Texas. Number 3 is Alexis Dukes. She is a 5'6" senior guard out of Harker Heights, Texas, averaging 8.6 points a game. Number 15, Brianna Grey, a 5'11" senior from Killeen, Texas, averaging 11 points per game. Will start at one of the guard spots. London Archer, number 21, is a 6'1" junior from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, 9 points, 6.6 rebounds a game. And Carissa Moody, number 25, is a 5'10" junior from Plano, Texas. She has 4 double-doubles this season. She's averaging 16.4 points, 9.4 rebounds a game, and she is their leading 3-point shooter. Both Moody and Wilkerson are the 2 players that you have to watch out for on this Texas Women's University Pioneer team. More on that as we get along. First, the starting lineup. Now for the University of Tampa, we'll do them numerically, even though you see number 12, Chris Nelson, out on the floor. I'm going to go numerically. Number 00, Julia Mcclure is starting. She's a 5'8" senior from Secaucus, New Jersey, has scored only 4 points all season. Those were in the season opener against Lemoyne-Owen College. Number 11, Stasia Titer, was second team all SSC a season ago. She averages 14 points a game to lead the Spartans. She's a 5'8 senior from Orlando. Number 12, Chris Nelson. We mentioned she is out there, 6.4 points, 3.6 assists per game. The 5'4 junior out of Augusta, Georgia, and Robert M. Shoemaker High School. She went 2 years to Temple College and was a 2-year starter there. Dori Nagy, number 13, 6'2 redshirt sophomore from Hungary. Played as a freshman at the University of South Florida 2 seasons ago, redshirted last year with injury. She's averaging almost a double-double, 11.9 points, 9.9 rebounds a game. And then the Bradley University transfer 2 seasons ago, now a senior in her 2nd season at UT, Emily Ashu out of Naperville, Illinois, Bennett Academy, and she is on the floor. Now, we said to Tom Jesse, you and I were talking to him earlier, and I said, everybody healthy? He goes, yeah, absolutely. But we look out there, and we see Stasia Tyter with a face mask on.
Doesn't mean she's not healthy.
Yeah, she's able to play, but it looks like she must have got banged in the nose
or something. Yeah.
So some protective eyewear, nose wear for Stasia Tyter. She'll be easy to recognize out there today. We get ready for the jump. The Spartans will be going left to right, and Nagy gets the tip. Chris Nelson will initiate the offense.
Julia Mcclure getting her 2nd start of the season for the Spartans. She started the 1st game of the season. Tom Jesse will use that 5th spot depending on Nagy with a bucket. He will use that 5th starter depending on how he likes the matchups. He's gone with Mcclure a couple times, Lauren Cody 3 starts, Malia Sullivan with 4 starts, and Julia Ingram with a start.
Indeed. This is Texas Women's University getting all the way to the basket, missing the layup, Macy Wilkerson. One of the easiest shots she'll probably have all day, but it was contested right to the finish.
I've missed some of those.
We all have. Here's Nagy looking for help. Gives to Tyter out on top. Scott Lynn and Jack Ike with you. If you just joined us, it's Texas Women's University taking on the University of Tampa. This is Nagy. Step through move, up off the glass and in.
That's a big time move there. The South Florida transfer.
4-0, Spartans on top. This is the first time that the Spartans have played a game in, 10 days, I think.
It's been a while.
He said.
Yes.
Was worried a little bit about rust on his team. There's a tough shot, a runner attempted by Carissa Moody, no good. Spartans grab the rebound, they'll go the other way. Chris Nelson to the corner, Ashu will make a 3 and does. She'll shoot a 3, she'll make a 3. 7-0 Spartans.
That's a good start for her. She's a very good shooter, and it seems like if she hits that first one, it just kind of pretends what's going to happen.
Spartans don't show any signs of rust so far. There's a long 3-point shot. No good. Long rebound by Nelson. Alexis Dukes missed the 3. Overhead pass to Nagy. She's fouled, and she'll shoot free throws.
Nagy was considered one of the top players coming out of Europe, and she committed to South Florida, the Bulls, and stayed there for a year and has since come to Tampa.
Last week was finals week here at the University of Tampa. They ended up, I think Thursday night was the last of the finals that were issued. And Tom Jesse says that's kind of nice because now all you have to do is practice.
And sleep.
And sleep.
He threw in sleep.
Yeah. Free throw made, 8-0. Nagy with 5 quick points here.
It's a good start, 8-zip. If I can state the obvious.
Yep. But the missed free throw. This is Alexa Dukes. Alexis passes off. There's a 3-point shot, just a little short. Might have been partially deflected. Macy Wilkerson's attempt. Ball's knocked out of bounds. Off the foot, I believe, of London Archer, number 21, and the Spartans will have it. Full court pressure coming up here as Tyter gets set to inbounds. And the Spartans were ready for it. They set up 4 players in that half of the court. Somewhat token pressure as they get it across.
Teams are similar. They both average 65 points a game scoring, though the Tampa defense is a little bit tighter. They give up, speaking of tighter, she hits the 3.
On the skip pass from Emily Ashu, and timeout is called by Beth Gilson, and her nightmares coming true. 7:42 mark here in the first quarter. It is Tampa 11, Texas Women's University nothing.
Some sponsors bringing you these games, bringing you games all season long. The Courtyard by Marriott, located at 3805 West Cypress here in Tampa, not too far from here.
I'm Robin. And I'm Chris. We're the brothers behind Firehouse Subs. The last thing anyone needed was another sub shop. They needed a better one.
Refreshing And Pizza Hut is a proud supporter of UT Athletics. Call Pizza Hut today, locally anyway, at 251-3399 to get your pizza delivered right to your doorstep. And to go along with that, grab yourself a Pepsi. Pepsi's been bringing fun and refreshment to consumers for more than 100 years.
Texas Women's University has missed its first 4 shots in the game, while Tampa has made its first 4 shots from the floor, including 2 from beyond the arc. So an 11-0 lead. The only missed attempt of the day was a free throw by Naj. 5 points, 3 rebounds already for Dory.
Tampa shooting almost 50% on the season, so they are a very good shooting team. They hold opponents down to just 33%. So a big disparity between Tampa with a good shooting eye and their opponents being held to 1 out of 3.
The Pioneers will bring the ball across. A couple of exchanges. And now inside the three-point line, the jumper is knocked down by Wilkerson. Or was that Dukes?
Dukes.
It was Dukes. Thank you. Appreciate it, Jack.
No, the one thing that's hard to tell when you have these matchups like this is, you see a team 7-2, another one 5-3, but they're from so far away, they're not playing common opponents, and
right.
you're just kind of basing it off film and what you think that conference brings to the table.
Well, I think this team is better than they showed here in the first two and a half minutes.
Just a bad start, yep.
A long three-point shot, no good by a shoe. Here come the Pioneers, going the other direction. Brianna Grey kicks it out on top to Archer. She zips it around to Dukes. Dukes back to Archer, and to the near side, it's Grey. Now on top it goes. Moody launches a 3. No good. Rebound hits the floor as 3 Pioneers boxed out the would-be offensive rebounders. That's the thing Tom Jesse talked about. Inside it goes to Taylor. She lays it up and in. It's 13-2.
She has 5. Nudge has 5. Good start. 11-point lead for Tampa.
Well, the one thing that you see Julia Mcclure out there, she's not going to score a ton of points, but she plays good, hard defense, and she's experienced. There's a three-pointer, no good. Rebound. Here comes Nelson pushing ahead and up with the basket. Her first point since the season opener, Julia Mcclure.
It's almost now twice that things have happened on cue. Tighter on a tight shot.
And Mcclure
hasn't scored
since the season opener, and then she scores. And to the basket, a nice scoop by Alexis Dukes, averaging 8.6 points per game, the 5'6" senior guard.
She's halfway there and has the only points for the Pioneers right now.
One of the players not dressed today is KJ Stastny, averaging about 5 points and close to 4 assists. Nelson's shot it's out of bounds off of Texas Women's University. Also, by the way, Michaela Woods is not playing today. She's a 5'10" sophomore from Little Elm, Texas. She's also out with injury. And there's 2 or 3 others still in street clothes. Not sure who they are. The missed shot and a rebound, Carissa Moody, 5'10" junior.
Moody, 16 points a game, a little more than that. Scoreless at this point.
She has good size, and she'll work here on Naj. Puts it up off the glass, no good. Got her own rebound. Puts it up. Oh, check that. That's London Archer. I stand corrected. My misidentification. That was London Archer with a nice play. She averages 9 points, 6.6 rebounds a game, and you can see why. The 6'1" junior from Oklahoma.
She's tall. She's a good adversary for Nudge.
Tighter with a nice pass. Out on top it goes. And all the way to the basket to shoot.
Our perspective, I didn't see the lane. She saw it all the way.
Yeah, it apparently opened up for her. Nice patience there, good spacing, good passing that time down for the Spartans, who lead by 11 once again. Long shot, no good by Grey. Rebound, here comes a shoe dribble. Into the front court. Keeps it, tried to lob it, and it's knocked away by Grey and recovered by Dukes. Dukes ahead to Grey. Grey all the way to the basket, up and in. She blocked the shot, took off on offense, and gets the easy deuce. It's 17-8.
That was the first turnover by the Spartans. They have 4 assists, 1 turnover. On the season, it's 17 assists, 16 turnovers. That's not the ratio you want, 1-to-1.
Tighter jump shot off the rim. No good. Dukes another rebound. You see a little more pep in the step now from Texas Women's University. Missed shot there. Naj the board. Nice to have you with us. Happy holidays, everybody. We'll have substitutions at the next whistle. Naj drives to the basket, kicks it out to Nelson. It's a three-pointer off the iron long, and Tighter gets the rebound.
Nice long rebound, helped the Spartans out. Spartans get about 8 offensive rebounds a game.
Nelson splits the double team, finds Naj, who finds Tighter. One extra pass. Boy, they're doing some great passing.
Nice.
Results in a layup.
It certainly has been. You almost want to have hockey assists after a play like that, because 2 or 3 players should have gotten assists on that one.
Yeah, Naj ends up with the basket, but a lot of help. She has 7 points now, along with her 5 rebounds. 19-8, 3:08 left here in the first quarter. Archer kicks it out on top to Wilkerson. Wilkerson and Moody are the 2 3-point shooters on this team that you have to watch out for. Gray disdained the 3, drives to the basket and is fouled. She'll shoot 2 with 2:51 left here in the first quarter. That is the first team foul on the Spartans. Both teams with just 1 personal. You mentioned the turnovers. I don't believe Texas women's, do they even have a turnover?
They have 0.
They have 0, and the Spartans have just 1, so it's been pretty well played. Free throw made.
Spartans send in Lauren Cody and Julia Ingram into the lineup. Cody, a 6'4" senior, 6'3" senior from Findlay, Ohio. And Julia Ingram, a sophomore from Palm Harbor University High School, about 20 miles from here.
Ingram is the chief 3-point threat for the Spartans. She's made 42% of her shots from beyond the arc, 16 of 38.
Yeah, and she replaced Emily Ashu, so a 3-point threat for another 3-point threat.
There's a double team here. Half-court trap.
Whoa.
Skip pass. And a turnover by the Spartans. Nelson's pass a little too high. She tried to find Mcclure cross court.
A little bit of desperation there.
Yeah, surprise double team. Trap out of the zone. Since that quick 11-0 start, TWU has played much better. Great box out that time by Julia Mcclure. Here comes Nelson, ball knocked away, nearly another turnover. Inside it goes.
Oh, look. Oh!
Cody got her own rebound.
Yeah.
Inside it goes to Cody. She'll try again. And it's up and in this time, 21-10. It's once again an 11-point lead for Tampa.
You know, that's her go-to move. She's very good at it. Gets that big first step, and once she gets around you, it's just, you got to wait for her to finish.
Gray dribbles out on top to Cam Daly, number 50, who's in the game. This is a long one by Wilkerson, no good.
Halfway down.
And again, a nice rebound by Mcclure. Moody and Wilkerson have made 36% of their shots from downtown, 31 of 87. The rest of the team is 8 of 56, just 14%. So, as I mentioned, they're the 2 3-point shots, and there's 3 seconds in the lane by Cody. She had a nice move, but needed to get the shot up on the iron or in the basket. 1:30 left, first quarter. Scott Lynn and Jack Ike with you on this Tuesday afternoon. A men's game coming tonight at 7 o'clock. UT taking on Limestone. Gray, they're giving her the 3-point shot. She is not a 3-point shooter, and that is going to be an offensive foul.
Yep.
Yeah. Good defense. And coming into the game right now is the freshman sensation, Malia Sullivan, 5'11" guard from Bartow, Florida, Winter Haven High School, averaging 8.6 points, 2.9 boards, about 1.5 assists per game. She has some real skill.
Yeah, she's very talented.
Nelson picked up by Dukes, looking for a cutter. Plenty of time, 10 on the shot clock. Nelson, not much movement though now, and Nelson finally launches the 3. It's up and over the top, out of bounds.
I don't think Chris Nelson wanted that shot, but she just wasn't finding anybody, and the shot clock was winding down.
Yeah, no movement at all that time down by Tampa. Carissa Moody checks back into the game, and she comes in for Brianna Grey. Moody, as I mentioned, 16 points, 9.5 rebounds a game, leading three-point shooter and maker. She has had 4 double-doubles this season. She's number 25 with the ball right now. Keep an eye on her. There's a long three-point shot. Around and out by Wilkerson. Tipped up and around. Oh, good play.
She came down on her elbow.
Ooh.
Moody did.
There's going to be a timeout. After
pretty sure. Well, she's not holding her elbow, but boy, it sounded like she came down on that hard. But it might have been she got tripped up.
She's going to check out
the walking off
equipment, make sure everything's going to work.
Going to rub some dirt on it and get back in the game.
That's right. Marini just read a book about Bob Gibson, the great pitcher for the Cardinals. There was a game, I think it was actually in the World Series. One of the 3 years in the 60s that the Cardinals were in the World Series, and Gibson had his nail come loose, and he was bleeding quite a bit. And Dow Maxwell, who was playing second base in this particular game, in place of the injured Julian Javier, came in and said, "Bob, you all right?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'm fine." He says, "Well, you're bleeding a lot. It's not normal." And he goes, "Oh, I'm fine." And he leaned over, grabbed some dirt. He spit on it, grabbed some dirt, and said, "I'm good."
See, rub some dirt on it.
That's what you do.
Magic elixir.
It's a baseball expression there, I think. Rub some dirt on it. Here's Sullivan to the basket. Strong move. Nice defense this time down. That was Archer that came away with the ball. 5 seconds to shoot. The Pioneers will have the last shot. The long one is no good by Gray, and time has run out in the first quarter. So after an 11-0 start for the Tampa Spartans, they lead by 9 at the end of 1. It's 21-12 here at the Bob Martinez Athletic Center here on a Tuesday afternoon on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
And did you know that our team, the Spartans, have their own official orthopedic physicians? Let's give a big shout out to Dr. Seth Gasser and the Ford Orthopedic Institute, and give it to their whole sports medicine team. They keep our players safe, and they provide athletic training services and medical care to UT student athletes. And offering business travelers high levels of comfort, it's the Crown Plaza Hotel. Visit Crown Plaza Hotels and Resorts. It is the place to meet. And if you need to get there, the official chariot of the Spartans is Mart's First Class Coach. If you need to charter a bus, go online to www.martsfirst.com.
Well, we have not mentioned the officials today. I should do so because it's a veteran crew and one of the very best groups of officials that we have here in the Sunshine State Conference. Ron Lettington, Will Schreiber, and Michael Bowman. I know I was talking to Ron Lettington during the first game today.
Which one's Ron?
He is with the basketball right in front of us. He is a Division I basketball official, works all over the country, has a very, very busy schedule, and also works Sunshine State Conference games. He is one of the very best officials, according to Tom Jesse, in the SSC. And he was showing me his schedule. He kind of has that NBA-type schedule where you fly from one city to the next to do a game the next night. He is a busy man.
I don't know if I was telling you, my daughter took golf lessons this summer with some other kids. And one of the pros said, we should talk to this one girl's dad. He loves basketball. So I started talking to him. He's from Clearwater. He's an NBA referee.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I'll be darned.
You probably saw him last year.
I probably did. As Brianna Grey gets inside and scores an easy bucket. And Beth Jolson has got a lot of pep in her step over there on the coaching sidelines. The head coach of the TWU Pioneers. It's a 7-point game.
Yeah.
They definitely have stepped up defensively. They're not allowing the Spartans anything too easy. Nelson picked up, doing a lot of good showing on defense, even though they're in the zone. 5 seconds to shoot. Naj knows it, puts up the little jumper off the iron. No. Rebound by Alexis Dukes.
Well, you said it early when it was 9-0 that this is not what Texas Women's University is all about.
Yep. That timeout when it was 11-0, you just knew that Beth Jolson was trying to get her kids' attention, saying, all right, are you ready? The game has started.
Yeah, it was a 3 o'clock tip, kids.
Yeah. The shot is no good. Launched there by Jenna Taylor, a 5'7" sophomore from Plano, Texas. The shoe with the ball, gives it on top. The zone has really bothered them, the Spartans.
Well, the Spartans knocked down a couple threes early, and they were wide open. And that was enough to get them into the zone.
Three-pointer no good there by Ingram, but the Spartans get the offensive board. Bounce pass into Naj, there's another three-point shot. This one's a little short. Tyler goes up and gets the offensive board.
4 offensive boards.
Nelson to Naj. Looks for the cutter, not there. On top it goes. A shoe off the pick. Tough shot here is off to the right.
The last 3 shots have been very contested.
And we have a held ball. Good defense by Tyler as she was able to get in there and grab the basketball and tie up Wilkerson. We see Lauren Cody coming back into the game for Ingram, who missed back-to-back three-pointers. Naj also sitting down. Right now it's Tyler, Sullivan, Eshu, Nelson, and Cody. For the Tampa Spartans. Inbound it comes to Tyler. And now Cody gets free, puts it up with the left hand and in. Almost a little too hard.
Yeah.
Managed to drop it in the bucket.
Once that pass cleared the Pioneer guard, and Cody was just turning around and lay it in.
Cody got a hand on it, but it ends up still in the hands of the Pioneers. She's fouled on the drive to the basket. Brianna Grey doesn't shoot the jumper, and London Archer doesn't either. They will end up getting the ball and driving. That was Archer this time, who will go to the line. I'll tell you what, when Gray and Archer and Moody are on the floor together, it's quite a group. A lot of athleticism. Moody currently not in the game. But just looking at the size of Archer and Gray, they're both 5'11", 6'1". Archer misses both. Eshu gets the rebound, goes the other way. Sullivan, she wanted to. She wanted to pull the trigger, didn't she? But she knew Tom Jesse might not like that with about 26 seconds on the shot clock. Sullivan into the lane, passes to Cody. Cody finds the cutter, no, knocked away. Good defense and a tough pass by Cody trying to get it to Sullivan inside. This is Gray. On top it goes to Archer. They move it around. Taylor, long shot, no good. Tyler kept it alive. Ends up in the hands of Nelson. Into the corner it goes. It's a long two-pointer, no good. Tyler tips it out of bounds. Well, check that. It's going to be off the Pioneers, so Tampa ball. 23-14 with 6:47 left here in the first half.
Right now, nothing outside of a layup is falling for the Spartans.
No.
They've actually fallen under 50% shooting.
Yeah, remember they were 4 of 4 during that first time out. So 6 of 17 since. Tighter in the lane. That does help. Eshu with the assist. Tighter now with 7 points. And it's back to a 25-14 lead. Again, an 11-point advantage. Cam Daly, number 50, is in the game. Gives it up. The shot there is short. Nelson picks it up. And it's stolen by Dukes.
Pocket. Couple quick guards.
Dukes. I think it's going to be an offensive foul on Dukes. It is. Crashed into Cody.
Some cascading bodies there.
Yeah. Beth Jolson, I think, protesting that maybe the call came late. I think that it was one of those that it looked like it was going to be a lot more firm contact than there was. And I think Jolson might rightfully be asking, how come that's not a blocking foul?
Her answer was because play on.
Because I called it. I called it the other thing. And Dukes was a little out of control. I mean, that was the bottom line. 5:55 left in the half. Tighter for 3. Nope. Long rebound. Hauled down by Archer. Here's Dukes. Gets it inside. Archer. Spin move. Blocked by Cody. And it's grabbed by Archer out of bounds. It'll be UT ball. Archer complained a little bit, but again, the official, that's your Division I quality official down there that made that call, and it was a correct call for sure. Eshu's going to sit down as Naj comes back in. Sullivan is coming out.
4 minutes now on the scoring drought for Texas women's.
Ingram is back in the game as well. I was trying to figure out who the other player, I missed her checking in. So, with an 11-point lead, which I believe equals the largest lead of the game.
4 minutes without scoring, and yet the lead is only 11. At one point, it was 21-14.
What a nice move by Naj, and then she tried to give it up.
She got hit in the mouth.
Yes, she did. By her teammate, I think.
Friendly fire.
Yeah, and Tyder came over and said, "You want one of these masks? They're pretty good."
Still holding her jaw, counting her teeth, seeing if she has all 88.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a piano.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The keys, not teeth. Tyder and Naj with 7 points apiece leading the way for Tampa. Oh, wow, what a nice offensive rebound that is.
Followed her shot.
Yeah, Taylor came out from the missed three-pointer and knew right where the ball was going to end up. Jenna Taylor with the bucket, her first two.
Spartans hit their first 2 3-pointers. They're 0 for 6 since.
And a shot by Cody. Whistle. And we do have a timeout on the floor.
Coming back the other way, so I'm not sure what they called there.
I don't know if she cleared out space or not. They're going to say, maybe, well, it's just saying turnover, so maybe she took steps. I missed the signal from the official. But there's timeout on the floor with 4:44 left here in the second quarter. 25-16, Tampa leading Texas Women's University.
The Barnes & Noble bookstore has all your needs in one spot. Stop by. You can grab the latest UT gear. You can grab snacks, as well as thousands of accessories for everyday needs. It's open Monday through Saturday, located on the first floor of the Vaughn Center. Shop online at www.utampa.bncollege.com. Might want to check for their hours now that it's the Christmas break time.
Right.
And connected via Skybridge to the Tampa Convention Center. It's the Embassy Suites, and it offers a convenient location close to dining and entertainment in downtown Tampa. It's just a few blocks from campus. Come stay in luxury. It's at 513 South Florida Avenue, downtown Tampa.
I stopped by the Barnes & Noble over on Dale Mabry here, just on my way here today.
To get accessories, snacks, or...
Well, I actually went in and was looking at the sports section, and they still had an autographed copy of Sports Idol's Idols.
Really?
The book I wrote. I did a signing there, 2 years ago? They still had a copy on the shelf. I guess it's not a hot seller.
Well, but if you gave them 100...
Yeah, well, I might have done that, actually. A three-point shot, very short, but so short it ends up in the hands of the Pioneers, but they missed the putback, and here comes Naj coast to coast. Taking it all the way. And
she got horsepower there, it looked like. But
shot rejected by Daly. Apparently a clean block. And now going the other way, no good. Great move, but no finish by Gray. The shot there, no good by Taylor. And a rebound by the shortest player on the floor.
Spartans going with the Twin Towers. You don't see it that much, but Cody and Naj both in the lineup at the same time, 6'3" and 6'4".
Cody and Naj watched Chris Nelson at 5'4" rip that one down.
Well, they wanted to have the break. They were taken off.
A nice lob inside by Nelson, and Cody is fouled and will shoot free throws.
So Naj has been hit in the face. She was pulled down there somehow. So
she's still adjusting her chin.
Yeah.
Cody's free throw good. 26-16. A chance now once again to equal the largest lead of the game.
I believe that's Cody's first made free throw of the year.
And
she made them both. 1 of 2.
1 of 2. Missed the second. By the way, I stand corrected. 13 was the largest lead. I was thinking that the 11 was still the largest lead. That shot is good. Again, you see the Pioneers really playing at a much higher level than they did in the first minute and a half or so, or 2.5 minutes. Ball gets away, and they called delay of game on that as they knocked the ball away into the practice court across the way.
I didn't really notice if anybody deflected it off that way. It just kind of bounced away.
The basket by Gray gives her 8 points. She is the leading scorer for the Pioneers. A shoe gives to Naj. Sullivan, 18-foot jumper straight away. Went 18 and a half feet.
Yep. Spartans have gone cold outside of really close to the bucket.
There's no question they're letting Archer take a three if they want. Tighter knocked the ball away, but it ends up in the hand of Archer. She moves to the right, puts it up, no good. Good defense by Naj.
Well, look at there's quite the battle going on between Daly and Ashu.
And
Ashu finally gets position and gets a foul called
over the top of Ashu. You're right. They were really going at it.
Daly has a little bit of a size and weight advantage, but Ashu was doing her best.
Inside pass. Naj with a spin move. It's rejected, but she got it back. Travel is called on Sullivan. That's turnover number 9, I think. We mentioned earlier how they had none for a long time, but all of a sudden 9 turnovers for the Spartans. They've not played well in the second quarter. Gray passes over to Moody. Moody, nice move, defended well by Tighter. That's a good matchup there. The 2 leading scorers and obviously pretty good defenders as well. 7 on the shot clock. High-low bounce pass inside it goes. Bowling her way through the China shop was London Archer. Missed the shot, rebound. 2 minutes left in the half. Sullivan will orchestrate. Working on Daly. Gives it up to Nelson. Nelson to Ashu. Thought about a 3. Drives in the lane. Finds Tighter near side. Tighter. Ashu. 10 to shoot. Drives into the lane. A lot of company there. The left-hand shot no good. Rebound Macy Wilkerson. $1:30 to play here in quarter number 2. Scott Lynn and Jack Ike with you. Hope you're enjoying it. It's 26-18. Moody has been denied the 3-point shots by Tighter all day long. Drives into the basket. Puts it up off the iron. No. Rebound Nush.
You know, this game is just begging for one team to get hot.
Nice find by Nelson. Could have had the layup herself, but says, hey, I'm an assist machine. Gave it up to Sullivan for 2. It's back to a 10-point lead with a minute to play. First half, 28-18. Spartans jumped out to an 11-0 lead at the start of the game. Texas Women's University has played much better since. Shot put up a little hesitantly by Macy Wilkerson. Ahead to Tighter. Touchdown. And the lead is 12. The shot clock.
Pretty much not in effect.
No, it turned off at this point.
Now it's off, yep.
You know, that basket was made with about 35 seconds left, and Texas Women's University waited 5 seconds to inbound so that they could have the final shot, I think. I don't know if that was by design, but that's the way it's going to work out. Jumper by Archer is good. 2-pointer. It's 30-20. 5 seconds left. Nelson pushes, lobs ahead. Nudge stepped on the out-of-bounds line. Oh, boy. Stepped on the baseline with 0.4 of a second to go. And a delay of game.
Another one? Or just a substitution?
I think on, is it on Naj? And there's the end of the first half. In any case, we have reached the end of the first half of play. The Tampa Spartans, 7-2 on the season, looking for their 3rd straight win, have a 10-point lead, 30-20 over Texas Women's University. The Pioneers 5-3 overall, trying for their 5th consecutive win. We'll take a break and come right back. We'll come back actually with about 3 minutes left before the start of half number 2. 30-20, your halftime score. The Spartans have the lead here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Once again, a very pleasant good afternoon to you all. Scott Lynn along with Jack Ike. It's the University of Tampa women's basketball game against Texas Women's University. The Pioneers trying for their 5th straight win, but right now it has been Tampa. From the outset, the Spartans jumped out on top 11-0, led by as many as 13 in the first half, and have the 10-point lead at the break, 30-20. The main thing I look at, Jack, when I saw the box score here at the halftime numbers, is that Macy Wilkerson and Carissa Moody, who combined to average 25 points a game on the season, are both scoreless. They have missed all 10 of their shots collectively. Wilkerson's 0 for 6, 0 for 4 from deep. Moody is 0 for 4, 0 for 2 from deep. I mentioned earlier, coming into the game, they had made 36% of their three-point shots, while the rest of the team had made only 14% from downtown and in much more volume. It's just been stunning that the Spartans have held those two scorers to absolute goose eggs.
Yeah, and Wilkerson, or I should say Moody, takes about 12 to 13 shots a game. So, you know, to average 16 points a game, she's very efficient when she gets the ball.
Well, and Tyder's done just a great job defending her.
Yeah.
No question about that.
Now, I have a feeling they will address the situation at the, or it has been addressed. They're already back out on the floor, but we'll see. I mean, I think most of it is just running the ball through those two more and trying to get them opportunities.
Leading scorer in the first half for Texas Women's University was Brianna Grey. She has 8 points, 4 points, 5 rebounds for London Archer, and 6 points for Alexis Dukes. Those are the scorers. Oh, also 2 points off the bench for Jenna Taylor. Wilkerson, Moody, and Cam Daly have played but not scored. For the Spartans, Stacia Tyder leads away with 9.6 rebounds, 7 points, 8 boards for Dory Naj, 5 points, 3 rebounds, a couple of assists for Emily Ashu, leading the way there. Lauren Cody with 5 points in 6 minutes. A nice job off the bench for the senior from Findlay, Ohio. Just about ready to start the second half. Remember the men's game for University of Tampa coming your way tonight at 7.
Spartans will be taking on Limestone College from Gaffney, South Carolina. They will be preceded by Eckerd taking on Shaw University. And Shaw University, as a player, a guard, averaging 33 points a game, top scorer in NCAA Division II basketball. And just talked to Justin Peck, and he says he likes to shoot and he likes to make.
Yeah, and that game will be on the video. The video will be here. Jack and I won't broadcast it, but the video will be available to you here on the website. So I hope that you tune in for that. The Sunshine State Conference champion, Eckerd College Tritons. And we start the second half. The Pioneers have the basketball first. This is Alexis Dukes with it. Now on top it goes to Moody. They're going to still go the same. They're going to do what they do, Jack. I think you're right on that. Wilkerson behind the screen. Gray with the ball with 7 to shoot. She goes into the lane. Spin move. Nice move inside. Doesn't get the finish. Naj with the rebound. That is her 9th board of the game. Nelson trying to get to Tyder with a high-low. Wasn't there, so she gave it up to Naj, but it comes to Tyder up on top. 17-footer, right side of the lane is good.
Got to shoot that. She got some spacing with a little step back. Knocked it down. Same way the Spartans started the game, getting some nice, easy looks.
And Tyder, the first player in double-figure scoring in the game, she now has 11. 1 minute into the third quarter, 12-point lead for the Spartans. A nice hook. Beautiful shot by Brianna Grey.
She's double digits now.
She's got 10. She averages 11. Nelson walks it across. The Spartans will run their offense. Nelson kicks to Tyder. Baseline jumper, no good. Naj went and got it and managed to get it out, but it's stolen by Moody. A nice dive on the floor. And through the legs and out of bounds off Dukes.
Just an odd assortment of circumstances there.
A lot of hustle, but it didn't end up well for the Pioneers. The Spartans will get it back. 10-point lead. Texas Women's University from Denton, Texas. The Spartans, University of Tampa, right here near downtown.
And by the way, men were admitted to Texas Women's University in 1972.
Shot by Nelson is long, just barely drew iron.
Well, right now, Titer and Naj are a combined 8 for 12, 8 for 13 now. The rest of the team is just 6 for 18. Travel, not called.
Spartans have it anyway. Nelson pushes ahead. This is Mcclure all the way to the basket. Kicks it out. Nelson, a shoe. Naj. Naj is bumped. Step through move with the left hand off the glass. Big time move by Dory Naj. She has 9 points to go with her 10 rebounds.
I've said this in a couple other games. The great thing about Naj is oftentimes when the Spartans get a transfer, they're here for 2 years. She's here for 3.
12-point
She'll have
advantage.
a legacy before she leaves.
Indeed. Oh, the front of the iron, up and over, and a three-pointer by Dukes is good. Makes it 34-25.
Dukes with 9. 19 of the 25 belong to Gray and Dukes. And as you mentioned, none of the 25 belong to their top scorers.
Naj thought about a backdoor cutting Mcclure, but kept the ball. Now a 16-foot jumper.
Crawls over.
Boy, nice touch by Mcclure. A shoe, I said. I said a shoe. That's what I meant. That's what I meant to say.
I knew you meant that. I saw you form
I
the
said
words.
Mcclure, and I couldn't make the words a shoe come out of my mouth. Again, an 11-point advantage for the Spartans. Wilkerson drives, throws it up, and in.
And you were correct. She threw it up there.
On the scoreboard. And a timeout called quickly by Beth Jolson so they can potentially set up a full-court pressure situation or maybe make a substitution. Timeout on the floor. 6:25 left, third quarter. Tampa 36, Texas Women's University 27.
And your trusted Tampa Subaru dealer, Mastro's Subaru. It's located at 6402 West Hillsborough Avenue. Customers can view our huge Subaru inventory as well as receive full service maintenance on vehicles. As a Spartan sponsor, watch for Mastro's UT staff and student service specials at Mastro's Subaru. Our reputation rides with you. And for fresh made hot or cold subs, visit Firehouse Subs. At Firehouse, our subs are made the firefighter way, served steaming hot and loaded with the finest fresh sliced meats and cheeses. Located at 2617 West Kennedy Boulevard, Firehouse, founded by firemen.
All right. Yes, we're professional announcers, aren't we? Sometimes the lips just don't work.
I got my tang tungle there.
Yeah. Yes, you did. Looking at the shooting percentage, you know, the Spartans took advantage of a 60% field goal percentage in the first quarter, Jack, and they made 9 of 15, jumped out to that 11-0 lead and never looked back. They did shoot only 31% in the second quarter, but in neither the first or second quarter did TWU shoot 30%. They shot just 22% in the second quarter, and that's why the Spartans were able to hold on despite a little bit tougher shooting. Now, both teams are shooting well here in the third quarter. You can see Texas Women's University is 3 of 4, and the Spartans are 3 of 5, both over 50%.
Interestingly, the Spartans shoot 48% in the year. That's where they're at right now, and they hold opponents to 33%. TWU right around there.
Yeah. Just an average game for the Spartans.
So far.
Naja's fouled inside, put up a pump fake, drew contact. She'll go to the line for 2.
So there's a game tomorrow, and then after tomorrow, all D2 schools got to lock the doors and throw away the key until the 26th, day after Christmas, I believe is what Tom said. I don't know if he said through the 26th
or 27th. I can't recall exactly, but yeah, there's the dead period where the students can't even be on campus. They send them home to their families.
Yep.
Enjoy the holidays together. Obviously, some of the players will stick around and be with if they live in the area, they'll be with their families locally.
Tom did allude to the fact that there's not a lot of conditioning going on during the home time.
That's true. So he says when you come right back and you have to play conference games.
They have 2 days to get ready for conference play, yeah.
Naj made just 1 of 2. It's 37-27. Dukes, 7 on the shot clock. Moody, bounce pass inside. Oh, boy.
Ooh.
Nice
Titer.
Defense by Titer with her face.
Good thing she's wearing the mask. She got pummeled.
Pretty much got an elbow right there. They work it inside to Naj, and she's fouled over the top by Cam Daly. Second team foul. They'll take the ball out of bounds. Substitution coming back into the game is London Archer, coming back in for Cam Daly. Daly has 3 personal fouls now. That's one of the reasons she sits down. Tighter thought about a 3, didn't launch. Drives into the lane, lost the handle, got it back to a shoe. A shoe picked up out there by Taylor. Tighter to Nelson, tried to get it inside, no, knocked away out of bounds. Good defense that time by Moody.
Yeah, Moody saw the pass coming in and slipped around the front.
Moody will sit down as Wilkerson comes back in. Moody still scoreless in the game. Nelson trying to inbound. Lobs it over the top. Tighter.
Players aren't often aware of how many points they have, but I think you're probably fully aware you haven't scored.
Yeah, at Moody, averaging 16.4 a game. I guarantee you she knows, Jack. You're right about that. Look at the move by Tighter.
Nice.
And just as the shot clock expired and the 5-minute mark.
So Spartans went out 11-0. It was down to 21-14. That's as close as it's been. But ever since then, the Spartans are hanging with that 10 to 12 point difference.
Dukes on top. It's a 2-point shot that's short by Gray. Rebound. Here comes Tighter in a hurry. Bounce pass ahead. Gave it up. I'll tell you what.
Nice team play.
Julia Mcclure just does not want to shoot it. She will give it assist every time, and she did right there. Tighter with the basket. She's got 15 points.
That's why her teammates like her.
Outside it goes to Wilkerson. Thought about a 3, but has not had any success there in this game. Baseline jumper is good by Archer. London Archer, averaging 9.6 rebounds a game. Had a 12.8 rebound game in her most recent game. That was a game against Texas Wesleyan. Also had a 16.9 rebound game and a 70-56 win over West Alabama earlier in the season. 12-point lead. Step through, move up and in.
You know, I think most people just, when you're guarding somebody like Nudge, they don't realize she's a lefty.
Yeah. Naj makes it a 14-point lead. That's the second time. It's now been 14 points.
She has a double-double. I don't know if you mentioned it.
I have not.
I didn't know if I was just not paying attention to you.
No. You were, I know you tune me out often.
What?
That'll be an offensive foul. Good defense once again. Spartans have drawn 2 or 3 charges here today, and there's going to be a whistle and a timeout on the floor with 3:25 left in the third quarter. It is Tampa 43 and Texas Women's University 29.
And another great sponsor, Jimmy John's. At Jimmy John's, they are freaks about fresh bread, meats, and veggies, because that means better sandwiches for all. Freaky fresh, freaky fast. Jimmy John's, freaky. I don't write it. I just read it.
I know. It's just like it went on our TV days. We had a teleprompter. We just read whatever it said up there.
Yes.
Right in front of us.
Which I'll tell a story about a person I met one time out in Los Angeles. Jerry Dunphy was his name.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Great anchor.
Yep.
The role model or whatever the standard for Ted Baxter on the Mary Tyler Moore Show.
Uh-huh.
Which is not a good thing to be.
No, necessarily.
And they told me when I was working out there as a contractor one time, they said, he will read whatever you put in the teleprompter. And one day they actually wrote, "Hello, my name is," and they wrote, "Insert name here," and that's what he read.
He read "Insert name here"? Wow. You're glued to the prompter if you're reading everything like that.
Now, I believe someone lost their job over that, as funny as it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure that wasn't funny to Jerry.
How dare you make... Well, Jerry didn't even realize it until he was told.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I can understand that. As I remember, I could not remember what I had read on the 6 o'clock sports when I was doing the 11. I mean, once it's over, it's history.
Yep.
You know, you're done with it. You move on. I get that. Chance for the Spartans to take their largest...
You wrote all your stuff.
I did. Pass, got it to Nelson. 6 to shoot. Naj, step through move. Beautiful play and a chance for a three-point play. The Spartans with their largest lead of the game, 45-29.
What a great move by Naj. She gets up to 14 points and has just really controlled the game inside. Starting to take a toll on Texas women's. The interesting thing, I don't know if we said it correctly, you can see it on the broadcast. Yeah. It's women's universe, not women's.
I know, and I had written it down initially at home as women's, and I made the correction. I said, but it is women's. Women's University.
Woman apostrophe S. Women's University.
Naj sits down with 15 points. Check that. 15 points, 10 rebounds. And a 17-point lead for the Spartans. They pulled away here.
And Tyler's 2 rebounds away from a double-double.
Yeah. This is the 5th game this season that Naj has had double-digit rebounds. She had that 16-rebound game at Alaska Fairbanks.
Tom Jesse worried about rust. I don't think it's really been evident.
Not too much, no. 3-point shot here is long, no good, and rebound hauled in by Taylor.
That's the first 3-pointer this half. Spartans hit the first 2 of the game that have missed 7 since. Just 1 this half.
And a whistle and a foul is going to be called on Ingram. 2 free throws coming up for Macy Wilkerson. Her first free throw attempts of the game. Exactly 2 minutes left here in the third, and a 17-point lead. Again, if you joined us late and you're watching from Denton, Texas, KJ Stastny not playing today because of an injury. Michaela Woods not playing because of an injury. A couple of players who are certainly regulars in the rotation, and there are other players in street clothes over there as well. So they truly have not.
I think one of the assistant coaches has a boot on too.
I believe so. Tyler will sit down. Mcclure is in, along with Chris Nelson, Sullivan, Cody, and Ingram. 1:50 left, third quarter. Mcclure hands to Nelson. On the exchange, it goes to Cody on top. She won't shoot from there. Looking for someone to pass to. Gave it up to Ingram. 8 to shoot. Ingram comes off the pick. Inside to Cody. Cody's shot blocked by the shorter Macy Wilkerson, I believe. Dukes, great ball handler. Gives it up. 3-point shot here. Oh, no good. It's just not going to go for Carissa Moody today.
Goose egg, yep.
And here's Ingram. She'll make that. No, she didn't. That's an upset. Just like Moody missing.
I don't know if Tom wanted him shooting that quickly in the shot clock, but she was wide open.
She was.
She's good at it.
She's the best on the team as far as volume. And a lot of makes. I think her percentage is the best.
I'll have somebody check on that.
Call the intern. Moody up and under, misses again. Unbelievable. She's just smiling now. It's just silly. She's now 0 for 6 from the floor. And a whistle and a foul. Ingram will shoot free throws.
42% free 3-point shooter.
Yeah.
Averages about 4.5 a game. Emily Ashu is only a 31% 3-point shooter. So you are correct in both accounts. You knew that, but...
Well, I was pretty sure, but I wasn't positive. I'm glad the intern could find that for us so quickly.
Very quick, thank you.
Yeah.
We're going to miss him on the Christmas break.
Cam Daly's going to come back into the game as both London Archer and Jenna Taylor sit down. Ingram missed the first free throw, makes the second.
Those are her first points.
Wow. She's had a tough day. 0 for 4 from the floor. All 3-pointers. Into the lane. Nice hesitation move. Oh, no good. That's too bad.
That's
she deserved
360 or more around the rim.
Moody does.
Everywhere.
What a nice play by Mcclure. She dribbled as soon as she got the ball, rolled over. And the fans from Texas West Women's University behind us, and there is a contingent. Yeah. They thought that should have been travel. but she actually put the ball out and started dribbling while she was still seated on her backside.
Yep.
I think that's a good no call.
She couldn't have gotten up without dribbling, but she was dribbling.
And that's what Beth Jolson is questioning, too. She's talking to the officials, anyone who will look at her. She's trying to get their attention. I really thought, and again, most times that is called.
Yeah, but stylistically, it was really nice.
Yes, I think because she extended the ball and started dribbling, I don't think it was travel. And we're not just a homer here. I would tell you if I thought otherwise. Sullivan has the ball stripped as she was going up. Ahead it goes. Dukes to the basket, up and no good. It would not have counted had it gone in. The buzzer sounds just before the shot attempt, and we've come to the end of the third quarter. The Spartans leading by 16, 47-31 here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
A couple more sponsors. University Dining Services by Sodexo allows you to choose from 27 dining stations serving breakfast, lunch, dinner, late night, and snacks. The official concessionaire of UT Athletics is Sodexo Campus Dining. Visit the UT website and check dining services for our variety and hours. And Sailport Waterfront Suites in Tampa is Tampa's only all-waterfront, all-suite resort. Located on beautiful Rocky Point Island, just minutes from UT, Sailport is a refreshing alternative to typical big box hotels with spacious rooms and waterfront relaxation. Sailport Waterfront Suites, an official partner of UT Athletics.
The officials, Ron Lettington, Will Schreiber, and Michael Bowman, conversing right in front of us here, Jack. And I think as soon as they got together, they were talking about that play. I'm not sure, but I think they were talking about that. And how did you see it? And they all seemed to agree that, yes, she had extended the ball out and was dribbling even while she was seated, therefore no travel. That's my interpretation.
Yeah.
I couldn't swear to it, but I think that might have been the call. I think they've done a nice job here today, the officials.
You say that when they're within earshot.
Well, I want Ron Lettington to know I'm giving him love here. I'm giving him love. Moody will inbound right in front of us. Gives to Alexis Dukes, and we're underway here in the fourth quarter. Scott Lynn and Jack Ike with you. Nice to have you along. Inside it goes to Daly. Daly puts it up off the glass and in. 9:45 left. Spartans will want to just kind of maintain that double-digit lead and not have anything don't make this too interesting.
Well, it's our highest scoring quarter of the game, 17-point quarter after a 30-20 halftime lead.
Cody was right underneath and probably could have gotten a shot up on the near side. Now works her way back, gets the ball, and is fouled. Wilkerson reached in and grabbed a wrist.
Some looks of frustration on the TWU players.
And again, we hear some of the fans behind us disagreeing with the call. They thought there was a travel first.
I don't think she had control of the ball.
I don't think so either. And again, both Jack and I would tell you if we thought differently.
Yes, and we have.
But I understand you drive from Denton or fly from Denton, you'd kind of like to get a whistle, especially when you're down 14. You need one, and that's going to be a turnover. That ends up in the fourth row.
Shaquille O'Neal may not have caught that one.
I don't think so. Not now. No. He can't jump anymore. I'm pretty sure. Sullivan out, a shoe in.
We have a pretty good attendance here for this.
It is. Again, a lot of the people wearing the purple of TWU behind us.
You know, when you've got 8 teams in town, 4 men, 4 women. And I keep forgetting when I'm always surprised when we do these games and there's a fair amount of people at the games, and I'm like, oh wait, they wanted to come to Florida.
Well, yeah,
in the winter.
This is a good time. Beautiful weather today.
Oh, it's a great day.
It's been nice. Yeah. Some people say bitter cold.
Yeah, because it was
chilly, a little
65.
chilly. We actually had our heat on earlier this week.
Times.
Yeah, a couple times.
Yeah,
just because it gets down into the 40s or 50s, and that's cold for us here.
Yeah.
I will take it, though, over those summers where it is, 95 degrees with 99% humidity, and you really have trouble breathing.
Yeah, when you blink, it causes you to sweat.
Yeah, you need windshield wipers on your eyeballs. Free throws, good. It's a 12-point advantage with 8:45 to play. Spartans led by 16. They've not scored here in the fourth quarter thus far. You saw Tyder and Nudge come back in. They're the two leading scorers with 15 points apiece for Tampa. Gray has 10, Duke's 11 now for TWU. And there's a shot rolled in by Tyder.
Tyder's hit that about 3 or 4 times today. Just gets a little space just inside the lane.
Yep. Short jumper. She's got the touch. She's 8 of 11 from the floor today, including 1 of 2 from deep. Wilkerson. Boy, that looked good from our angle. Got it back on the pass, and now a blocking foul is going to be called on Mcclure. She looked at the official like, hey, I thought I was set.
I was pretty well set until I was forced to move.
8:01 left, and free throws coming for Wilkerson. Macy Wilkerson, just 1 of 8 from the floor, has missed all 5 of her three-point tries, and this is a real disappointment for her because she has been one of the great three-point shooters on this team. Moody's made 19 of 52 this season, 37%. Wilkerson is 12 of 35, 34%. And that was coming into the game, but 0 of 5 cents. But now, 49-37. Nelson might have taken steps.
She had a running start.
She did, and that one I'll give you. But she scores.
Did they say anything behind us?
They did.
Okay.
Yeah, and he did. There's one fan that's apparently a visiting referee behind us, and he did call it travel.
I would say that he was right.
He might have been correct on that one, as she might have taken a step before the ball got on the court.
Or 2.
51-37. Tampa on top with the ball. 7:25 to play. Tyder to the basket. Nice pass out to Nelson. 3-point shot. Are you kidding?
Oh!
First 3-pointer of the season for Julia Mcclure.
Let me go to the stat book here.
And look at the fan. Look at her teammates come over to congratulate her, coming off the bench. Yeah, she's all smiles. 54-37 timeout called by the Pioneers. 7:14 remaining, 17-point lead for the Spartans here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
And Krispy Kreme for generations. Krispy Kreme has been serving delicious donuts and coffee. Stop by for an original glazed donut or other variety. Pair it up with a hot coffee. Visit Krispy Kreme, the nearest one, not far from here on West Kennedy Boulevard. Krispy Kreme serving hot donuts now. Julia Mcclure has attempted 1 3-pointer 5 times in her career.
Yeah.
She
was 0 for 3 this season before this shot.
Yes, coming into the season. No, she took 3 against Lemoyne Owen earlier this year. No, that was field goal attempts. I take that back. So it does not say how many three-pointers
she was 0 for 3 from 3. She was 1 of 5 against Lemoyne Owen.
Okay.
Yeah. So it missed her first 3 this season.
That was her first of the year. I don't know about career. It says... that was the first 3-pointer of her career.
It might have been. And she was all smart. And I'll tell you what, that was a big 3 at this moment.
Yes.
Because the Pioneers from Texas Women's University were hanging around and threatening to make that a single-digit deficit. And that gave the Spartans back to a 17-point advantage.
So she was 0 for 3 last year.
Whistle, travel, call.
Was 0 for 3 this year. Now has a percentage.
Well, no wonder she was all smiles. The senior from Secaucus, New Jersey, knocked down the 3. And she has a season-high 5 points. She had scored all 4 of her points in that season opener. So is this her career high in scoring, Jack?
Let me get on that, too. Our intern stepped out for a second. But
Tyder with a baseline shot is good. A 17-footer from the corner.
Tyder with 19 now. Her career high is 25.
And a 19-point advantage, largest of the game for the Spartans.
4 is the career high for Julia Mcclure.
Prior to today.
A new career high.
A straightaway three by Wilkerson, and you can see a little relief on her face as she knocks down her first from downtown in 6 tries. If the Spartans hold on, we will have a special guest over here. And I wouldn't mind it being Mcclure. I mean, I know she's not the leading point person today, but again, she started the game and has a career high in scoring.
And a 3-pointer.
And made 3-pointer, the first of her career. I'd love to talk to her about that. So
well, you're the one
if we can get her over, we'll attempt to do that.
See if we have any pull.
Naj with the free throw. You know, Tyder's going to end up with about 20 points, and Naj as well. And then we're going to go over there and get Mcclure, who scored 5. And both those two are going to say, well, wait a minute.
Yeah.
What do I have to do to get interviewed by those guys?
Well, Dory we've talked with.
Yeah, and I think we've had Stasio as well.
Yeah. And I don't know if they're keeping a ledger on.
Probably
Did
not.
you talk to the guys today?
Yeah. I don't think it's a big deal for them. They probably are like, let me get in and celebrate with my teammates.
Who are you? Why do you want to talk to me?
Yeah. Mcclure thought about launching again, but didn't. They're running some clock. 5 to shoot. Inside it goes. Up and in! Speak of the devil. There she is. A career high 7 points for Julia Mcclure. Awesome. Inside it goes. Up and over the top of Mcclure that time. Good inside position and a nice shot. Mcclure on top. If she launches a 3 here and hits it, she'd have 10. They're going to Mcclure. She's the go-to gal in the lineup right now. And Tyra Cormier is checking into the game for Naj. Naj sits down with 16 points, 10 rebounds, another double-double for her. Cormier, the 6-foot junior from Houston, Texas, checking into the game. 4:57 left.
Shoot.
Nelson, there's the double team. She dribbles out of it. There's the 3 for 10 points. Ooh. No good off the iron. She's feeling it, though, Jack.
Shooters shoot to get hot, shoot to stay hot.
You have to remember, she passed up an easy layup earlier to get an assist because she likes to assist more than she likes to shoot, but she's going to get into the scoring thing, I think.
And she has 5 rebounds today, too, which is probably more her game.
Yep. And Dukes will check back in. Taylor will sit down. Nelson to inbound. Gives to Sullivan. Shot no good. Out of bounds it goes. Ingram
got bumped there, and it altered her shot.
59-42 is the score. 4:05 to play. Spartans trying for their 3rd win of this in succession. That shot's no good. Tipped up. Mcclure grabs the rebound.
6.
But who's counting, right?
No. That may be.
She might end up with a double-double.
Or career highs anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Rebounds and points.
I got to think she's close.
Let me check on that one. Rebounds 5. Yep. Career high in both.
Trying to get it inside. Cormier gives to Sullivan. Sullivan, nice move to the basket. Too hard. Rebound pulled down by London Archer. 3:33 to play. Brianna Grey gives to Alexis Dukes. Archer gives it up far side to Wilkerson. Wilkerson lost the handle ahead to Nelson. Nelson puts it up off the glass and in. 3:15 remaining, and the Spartans lead 61-42.
Just 4 points for Nelson. 7 assists.
Oh, nice game in that regard. Whistle, timeout. They're trying to get Carissa Moody back in the game, and so they do a timeout, and Amaya Lastly will check in for Tampa, the 5'8 freshman from Bowling Green, Kentucky. South Warren High School. She'll be on the floor when we come back to play the final 3 minutes and 6 seconds. Well, we talked about Tom Jesse telling us he was a little concerned about rust because they hadn't played for 10 days. They had, they practiced, but they got through finals.
Yeah.
They survived all of that. And they have come out. They took command early, scoring the first 11 points of this game, and have been in front by as many as 19 points, which is the current advantage.
The only rust that I've seen that's really evident is the three-point shooting. They're 3 of 14. They hit their first 2. They're 1 of 12 since, and the only one was Julia Mcclure's. Spartans average 14.5 three-pointers a game, so they're right about their average, but they make 5. So they make about 34%, which is what you want to make when you're shooting threes. Anything above that is gravy.
So Lastly is on the floor, along with Mcclure, Tyra Cormier, Sullivan, and Ingram. That's the 5 for Tampa. Dukes gives it to Moody, over to Gray. Wilkerson on the floor as well. Out on top it goes to Gray. Gray to Dukes. Dukes, good ball handler, got herself free, puts it off the iron. A little hard, got her own rebound. Also on the floor is Cam Daly for the Pioneers. Sullivan with the rebound. The freshman picks up the dribble, gets it out on top to Lastly. Gives to Ingram, thought about a 3 with 15 on the shot clock, kept it. Nice pass inside, turned over, however, and here comes Dukes coast to coast. She puts it up over Ingram inside. It's 61-44. There's no full court pressure. It appears the Pioneers realize their fate.
Not going to happen. Though, for those watching from Denton, Texas, your team will play tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern time, noon, and they will be playing. Who is it they're playing tomorrow? Not Findlay. That's the men's game. Yeah, it is Findlay.
3-point shot. No good by Ingram. Tipped up and around. And now that's going to be a blocking foul called. And Beth Gilson and the large group behind us disagree with the blocking call. Checking into the game is freshman Manisha Knox from Killeen, Texas. And she checks in for Moody, who sits down with 0 points. Probably the most frustrating game in her college career, I would think, as she is shut out here today.
I take that back. The Spartans play Findlay tomorrow. It'll be Texas Women's against Florida Tech.
Florida Tech, that's right.
1 o'clock our time, noon if you're in Texas.
And again, if you joined us late, Florida Tech beat Findlay 65-59 in the first game earlier this afternoon. Outside to Ingram. There was still 18 on the shot clock, so she didn't launch the 3. Sullivan takes it, gives a nice pass to Cormier, lays it in. 63-44 with 1:15 to play.
So I think the Spartans did a nice job here. They got that 11-0 lead and saw the lead get cut down a couple times. Texas Women's really didn't want to let this game get out of hand and fought their way back, but the Spartans have weathered that storm, and I think their athletic ability, and they can go pretty deep. They don't have a lot of players on the bench, but they all like to get in and contribute.
Right. Tom Jesse talked to us before the season even started, saying we only have 10. Aaliyah Abney, of course, came up with that injury, the torn ACL in the offseason. She's out for the year. So really only 10 players, period, in uniform on any given game. 63-46 with a minute to go here in Tampa. Ball's kicked away. It'll stay Tampa basketball. Texas Women's will fall to 5-4 on the season. Their 4-game winning streak will end. They lost 3 of their first 4. 9 new players on this squad. They've had some injuries and whatnot, so They're still trying to find themselves, but after a rough start today, they actually did play pretty well. And then here down the stretch, with the writing on the wall.
Got worn out.
Yeah, I think a little
attrition.
Worn out. And certainly when your leading scorer, averaging over 16 points a game, goes Zippo for the game, that's a frustrating situation.
And she was
for
0 for
her.
5 at half. She took one shot in the second half.
Yeah.
I think she kind of resigned herself to what was going on.
Ingram, good defense that time down. 5 to shoot. Spin move out. Here it is for 3, and a 10-point game, no good. Mcclure had a chance for the 10-point double-digit game.
We won't mention that one did not hit the rim.
No, we won't. And I won't mention it to her when we talk to her either.
Mention the one that didn't hit the rim but hit nothing but net.
Yeah, we'll mention that. Final 30 seconds. Wilkerson, no good. Lastly with the rebound. And the Spartans can just run out the clock. Tom Jesse says just go ahead and run the offense. Run the offense. If you end up scoring, fine, whatever. They could just stand out there. But, again, you've got players out there now that don't get as much court time as the starters.
Would like to see a point on
but
their
that's
side.
going to do it. Now Tom Jesse gives the dribble it out sign, and here's the final second and the horn. And it's over. The Spartans get the win, 63-46.
19 points for Stacia Titer, 16 for Dory Nudge, and she had a double-double with 10 points. Titer also had 8 rebounds on the game. And as we mentioned, Julia Mcclure, 7 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists on the day. And we'll see if we can get her over to talk to us.
Yeah, Naj with 16 points, 10 boards, a nice outing. Titer with 19 points, as you say. Very nice job for sure. 13 points for Dukes, the top scorer for Texas Women's University. Gray with 10. Those are the 2 players in double figures. Wilkerson ends up with 9 points, and that is, if I'm not mistaken, her season average. Yeah, she got her 9 points, but again, it was Carissa Moody coming up with the goose egg today. 4 double-doubles this season, and the Spartans did a nice job on defending Carissa Moody. Give Titer a ton of credit for that. Jack's giving up his headset so that we can talk to Julia Mcclure. Congratulations. Hi, Julia. Go ahead and grab a headset here. You get to talk to us a little bit.